definition of a Virgo. I'm sorry.
Was that good?
Oh, I'm sorry.
My Virgo is overthinking. I'm like, was that good? Hey everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Wine Coven Podcast. I'm so excited that we are here. We've been working on this for a while. So if you're here from Instagram, thank you for following us. And if you are totally new to the space, welcome. This is a space that we're hoping you will come join us every Wednesday and just kind of hang out with your witchy best friends. We're going to be discussing all kinds of topics from Halloween and horror to astrology, tons of things about Salem. So I hope that you will hit that subscribe button that you'll see on the screen, ring that notification bell. It'll let you know when we upload, just a quick email to let you know. And we are so excited. So I also hope that this channel, I know we all hope, is a little helpful for you guys in different ways. We're going to be talking about a lot of spooky travel, travel plans, things like that. So I'm going to start with a little introduction and then pass it over to my other two witchy besties, and then we'll jump into the actual episode. All right, so my name is Jessica, and I am the face behind Pumpkin and Gray. I have worked on Instagram for too many years now, and I also have my own YouTube channel. I live in Colorado now, and we will be back on the East Coast where my other loves are very soon. I am an East Coast girl, born and raised in Maryland, and I cannot wait to get back. I'm also a wife and mom of 3 little ones, and completely obsessed with Halloween and autumn as a whole. And yeah, that's about it for me. Oh, and I'm a Virgo, so I did want to touch on that because you'll pick up on our personalities, and we're going to talk about astrology, and I may be the world's biggest Virgo.
I'm Sierra. I am the Sierra Ween on Instagram. I have had my Instagram for a little over a year now. My spooky Instagram anyways. And I live in North Carolina. I'm a full-time hairstylist, and I am a Cancer sign, which is, yeah, I'll cry at anything.
You sure are.
So test me. I will
we don't
cry
everything.
and then I'll turn around and fight you.
She's like our cute little Cancer.
I know, she's adorable.
But yeah, so that's me. I'm like newer to the spooky community, but I love it. And yeah.
Go ahead, Corinne.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm Corinne. I'm the weirdo on Instagram. That's a perfect pumpkin. You guys all have to put up with me, I guess. I started blogging about 4 years ago after I had my son Luke, and it kind of expanded from there into actually what I love. I'm from New York. New York is absolutely beautiful in fall. If you have a chance to go to things like the Adirondacks, Watkins Glen, places like that, even Letchworth, it's worth the trip. I'm actually not too far from, not too far from either, a lot of them. I mean, Adirondacks is kind of a hike, but I'm pretty excited about this podcast because I like to talk, and if people want to watch me talk and hear me talk and get my opinions, and I'm all about it. I'm all about it. That's what I'm here for. I'm just kidding. Nobody wants
to talk. Let's be honest.
But I think my favorite thing about blogging and being there is I like to give people comfort, and I like to give them a place of home. And I think that I would like to hope that my blog gives that to people when they look at it. It's not competitive. It's not any ill nature. It's literally like, I want you to feel a hug from me.
Yeah.
So
it's funny because
that's pretty much what my blog is.
It is though. It's so comforting.
And I think that people, I just want people to get that from me, is that if I could give little Corinne a hug, that's pretty much what my blog is.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love that. And I always tell you that you have like the world's coziest feed to ever exist on Instagram.
You really do.
We are going to have everything linked down below. We also started a Instagram for the Wine Coven, so it's just at the Wine Coven Podcast. But in every episode, I'll have all of that listed down in the description box, so you can give us a follow over there. It'll also help you like stay on top of when we're uploading. And Corinne, before we jump into this week's actual theme, is going to touch quickly on some other things that you can expect that we're going to talk about, and that kind of goes into why you should follow us on Instagram, because we want to have a lot of interaction with you all. So go follow that Instagram.
I would love to tell you.
Touch on
Okay, so we're going to get into some dark history, being respectful, of course. And then my favorite part is I want to listen to some listener paranormal stories. I want to hear what other people have to say because I love stories. That's my favorite thing. And then we're going to go into some childhood Halloween memories. We're going to touch into the 90s Halloween. We're going to go into all of that. Tell me you guys are not thinking about McDonald's right now.
Right. If you hear
I want to double right now.
Right. So we're going to go into that, and we literally have topics about Salem. We're going to go into the whole history of that as well. As long as we want to make sure that you guys are part of this podcast. We want to make sure that you guys have a voice in this. So, and like I said, my favorite thing are stories. So give me some good ones.
Yes.
And we'll read them. And we will talk about them. And we will also share our own experiences respectfully.
Yeah.
And you guys can expect a lot more.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that's big for us, for sure. We want that interaction. We want you all to engage with us. So we'll have plenty of episodes where you all pick the topics and you send in your stories. And Sierra, do you want to touch on the possibility of doing like the movie together once a month?
We had this idea to do like once a month, do like a little movie party type thing on what I think is called Teleparty.
Yeah.
And we can choose from like Netflix, Hulu, a bunch of different streaming services. And I just think it would be fun. We'd have to decide on the night of which we want to do it. But like once a month, do like a little watch party. And it's got like a chat function so we could all chat. I think there could be like 50 of us in there. So like it could be really fun.
I love it.
I love that. Just to watch it.
No spoilers though. I'll kick you. I don't know if I can kick anyone.
Who watches horror movies? Like
she's like, we'll make it 49 real fast.
Who does that?
Real fast.
What weird.
That's gonna be
You'll
so
get
fun.
axed, pun intended.
I can't wait to do that though. I think if we try to do that once a month, it's just another way again for us to talk to you guys like in real time. So that'll be awesome.
I think I'm most excited for honestly just the interaction in general, but the horror movie aspect and just sharing ideas with each other and the audience, and that's my favorite part. I'm ready for it.
We'll have lots of horror stuff going on. And we also have a few surprises coming up that we can't talk about yet.
I was sworn to secrecy, so I can't.
We can't talk about it, but you'll see it here. So subscribe. Okay. So we are going to actually cut into what this first episode is going to be about. And again, it's just kind of another way for you to get to know us a little bit more. And then next week will be a whole different topic.
So for the bulk of today's episode, we are going to be talking about how we kind of got into like, you know, how the spooky life chose us, how we got into everything, and just like where it all started. So Jess, how did the spooky life choose you?
So for me, it's funny. As much as I'm obsessed with Halloween, I always say I'm kind of even more obsessed with autumn. But I give my mom credit for both. So she is and always was completely obsessed with fall and Halloween. Like, I'll have to show pictures, but every Halloween when I'm back home, she gets...
I'm gonna need photos.
I have to show you guys photos. Like, I'm talking this woman head to toe every year goes completely all out on her costumes.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Like, she's been a lion, and she likes to be scary, though. Like, her thing.
All the photos.
I want to be bloody, gory.
Photos.
I'm, like, over there with, like, liquid latex, like, hooking her up before Halloween.
I'm ready for it.
I'm sorry. I think we're going to need her as a guest on here at
I
some
also
point.
need to meet her in person and have a good coffee date with her. How's this work for you?
She's, like, everyone's mom. She's so great. And so growing up, she was just completely in love with that. And so as much as we celebrated Halloween and went all out, which I'll have a good story for our Halloween in the 90s video, she also just always appreciated autumn. So one of my favorite memories growing up that I like will forever cherish, and I actually do it with my daughter Salem now. We lived in a townhouse growing up, and my room was in the front of the townhouse. And every morning in the fall, she would start the day by coming up to my room, and we would open the window and we would sit there together and just breathe in the air. And I know that sounds like, I know, but it was
I think that's so cute.
Jess.
It's just one of those little things that like I've forever kept with me because it was just like a little quiet time for her and I. And I think one of the reasons I'm so obsessed with autumn in particular is because of the weather and just the way that all of it makes me feel. And I know that comes from that because we used to take time just to have like quiet time together and breathe in. You know how the air is, it's the best thing ever in October. It's so crisp and clean and it just feels different.
You're gonna cry when I read.
You're
gonna cry when I read you my story. You're gonna cry.
I can't wait. So I think that's just where it all
beautiful.
stemmed from. I mean, we always had like all the decorations going on. She was so crafty, so we sat down and made jack-o'-lanterns all the time and put them up on the walls. We did all of those things growing up. But I really think that's where it stemmed from, was just she really taught me how to like slow down and appreciate all of them, because we all know it goes faster than anything else when you love it.
Yeah.
And
it does.
Yeah. So it was just easy.
What a really good core memory.
Yeah, that's how it feels. Yeah.
I want to hug your mom. So
she's the best. And now I literally tell my kids, like on a pretty day, we stop and we breathe in the air. And they know what that means. Like we slow down, we let the wind hit our face, and we just enjoy it for a little bit, you know? So
yeah,
it's all from her.
I think that's also amazing. I love that.
Yeah. She's also completely obsessed with horror. Like she loves nothing more than turning all the lights off in her house in October and sitting down and watching scary movies. Like she's obsessed with scary movies.
My woman.
I know. You get along so good. She wants to. She wants to be alone. She wants to watch all the scary movies.
We have to hang out without like we need a date.
I love it. I always crack up because we share Netflix accounts, you know, and so I'll go on and I'm like, can tell when mom's been on. She's so funny. So anyways, to wrap up my portion of it, it's always been in me because of her. And I've definitely done that with my kids. Like, as you guys know, with Salem, she's obsessed with Hocus Pocus and the Addams Family. Mm-hmm. And like, I really try to like give them no other choice. You know what I mean? So they're in love with it too.
Cheers.
So cheers to my mom.
Cheers to mom.
Cheers to you, woman. Come on.
All right, who's going next?
Sierra.
Okay. So growing up, I did competitive dance, like, and we would do hair, makeup, costume, whole 9 yards.
Wait, I want photos.
I can see you being a dancer.
I probably even have video. It's got to be converted from film to digital, but I've got it for you.
Yeah, we're going to need all of that. We're going to need all of it.
Yes, please.
So I did competitive dance, so I love dressing up. And so, like, I was like, I want to do this outside of, like, you know, dance and stuff like that. So I got very much into Halloween. My mom is amazing at sewing. She made all of our costumes every single year. I have these vivid memories of going to like the fabric store, and she'd be like, pick out your costume. And like, you know, I got like stuck with pins a couple times trying on outfits, but like it was so fun. And
what outfits? What you wear?
Oh my gosh. So like I one year was like Pocahontas, and one year I was like a 50s like sock looking little thing. Honestly, I'm drawing a blank right now, and I think it's because I'm like trying to think of everything, but
on the spot.
I can definitely go more into detail on our 90s Halloween because like this was during.
You can cut that out. You can cut that out. Sorry.
No, leave it. Keep going.
But yeah, so she would like make our costumes, and my mom was very much excited about that. We would decorate. I loved like, you know, going trick-or-treating, all that stuff, like everything about the 90s. I lived in Ohio at the time, by the way. So we would have like really good fall like weather. Yeah. So it felt very quintessential like autumn Halloween. So that's kind of what got me into like that. And then like I wasn't allowed to watch like anything scary at the time, but like I would go over to my friends' houses and we would watch Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes.
So that's what kind of got me into more of the spooky kind of Halloween. I was like, this is really crazy. But obviously watching back those, they're not like the scariest things ever, but like
at
that
the time,
my little taste of like the spooky side of like Halloween. So
I love that. And they were scary back then, by the way. Goosebumps, things like that.
They were.
Rock my world back in the day.
So Goosebumps. Okay, Goosebumps totally is, because I was watching like a little bit of it today. And Luke goes, well, we watched like the Haunted Mask episode, like that.
My legit favorite.
And
my favorite.
Luke is like looking at the screen and he goes, "Mom," and I was like, "Yeah, I shouldn't be playing this right now." And like turned it on.
That one is
I was like,
freaky.
That one's scary.
He's like, "Mom,
It is.
no," like
That one
he's
is
like,
freaky.
play it, and I was like, "No, nope, I'm not, nope,
Oh
10
my
years
When
God.
I
old,
was
nope,
little, Horrorland used to freak me out. The Welcome to Horrorland
Oh.
ones. Oh my God. And Wyatt loves them. Wyatt owns like 30 Goosebumps books. He's all about it.
Why it's my favorite.
Oh,
So.
Wyatt is your soulmate, like in that sense.
Why it's mine.
He is. He's so.
I love it.
He reads his Goosebumps book surrounded by his NECA figures.
Yep, he's mine.
Yeah, he
Send
gets
him
it.
home.
All right,
Send him home me.
your turn,
Cute.
Corinne.
So mine's a little darker, but we're just gonna do it.
Yeah, go for it.
My family is not a big fan of Halloween. I literally cannot name anybody in my family that actually likes it besides me.
Yeah.
I think there's like a few relatives that like enjoy it. They'll go out and whatever, but not like me. My family loves Christmas, which I think Christmas is too much pressure. I don't like gift giving because I feel like that's too much, and I shouldn't have to give you gifts for you to like me. So there you go. But
I feel like that's a whole episode on its own.
Right. I like
It could be.
Halloween 'cause I can be who I want to be, and I can be myself without judgment. So when I was little, and my parents used to decorate for like, spider webs and everything like that. But Jess, you're gonna laugh at this. We couldn't watch horror movies at our house because it was like, we were little. Like my mom would like make sure that we weren't exposed to that respectfully.
Right.
But there was just something about it. I would like watch the previews on AMC and I would like see those things and the adrenaline started pumping and I was like, hold on. I was like, wait a second. Like, hold on. And so I was like, I totally gotta watch this. Like, I totally have to like see what's up. So I would come home after school, and middle school and high school were not the coolest thing for me. My little brother was my best friend. We used to binge watch like Lord of the Rings together, and I'd get him to watch horror movies with me, but I'd come home from school and I would open all of the windows in my front room, and I would have the October air coming in, that smell of that air coming in.
Aww.
And I literally would start with Most Haunted Places, Most Terrifying Places, like that show that used to run.
Yep.
And then I would go to AMC and I would watch Halloween 1 through 4, 1 through 5, whatever was on, Freddy, whoever was on. And I'd get as much in as I could until my parents came home, and then I'd turn it off and pretend like I was doing nothing. And then like late at night, I would like sneak downstairs and I would like try to go in, the other room, and I'd watch these movies, and I realized that I liked these movies because they gave me an escape from somebody that I was trying to be that I'm not.
Yeah.
So when I was little, I tried to be something that I wasn't, and I tried to be something that everybody else wanted me to be, and then didn't work out. So here we are.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad because
here
we
we
love
are.
your authentic
That's
self.
pretty much it. And
I was gonna say, like, thank goodness you finally became who you are, because, like, I feel like you're really living who you are at this point. So
well, I feel like the pinks and the purples and the stuff and the other things weren't working out. So
it's funny though, and that's what's so cool about like the spooky community as a whole is like, even though on my Instagram, like I dabble in even like more like lifestyle than you two do. But it's so funny because I always say that. I say it to you two all the time. There's nothing like the spooky community. Like I get no better support online than my spooky girls, hands down. Like they're the ones hopefully that are watching. If you are, you know who you are, and we love you.
Yes.
Hi. I mean, the ones that are sharing and commenting and that are just there, like supporting and showing up. I've never had that until that community.
Totally.
I agree. It's a different. So Jess and I have been blogging for you longer than me, but we've been on the other side of Instagram, and I can tell you right now that I've never felt like this before. And I have to say that I really feel like people who are on my Instagram and who are commenting, and I'm sure Jess and Siri feel the same way, more including, and if not, then get off my page.
Yeah.
But everyone's welcome on my page. If you don't feel welcome on my page, please tell me, because that's what I'm here for. But I'm here just to literally bring that same spirit that I had, literally opening the windows, watching the spooky movies, and having like that cozy comfort feeling. And if you don't have that on my page, I don't know what to tell you, because that's what I'm trying to bring.
Oh,
you do.
And I've never felt not welcome, and I've never felt slighted, and I just honestly, I love this side of Instagram. Like,
I do too.
Like, it's just the difference, and so many things to learn from. Like, there's so many cool things, like decoration, shopping, just in general, like sightseeing, going to these haunted places. Like, this is where it's at. You want to see weird things? This is the side of Instagram that you need to be on.
I think what I love about the spooky community is it's very different from other communities in the sense that, like, you do have people that are more like you're, Corinne, you're very much a cozy kind of, it does feel like an autumn hug from you.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you a hug.
And then, like, Jess, yours is very, like, spooky, but also family-oriented, and it's, like, you know, that sort of thing. And then, like, on mine, I might have blood, fake blood, and then makeup, and then Salem.
First of all, you're so talented, Sierra. Please understand. I could never hold a candle to that makeup talent.
No, listen.
Before you started talking about...
No, you listen to me, woman.
It is years of practice in YouTube, I tell you. But coming back to the spooky community, thank you, by the way. Coming back to the spooky community is that you have so many different things. You have girls that like to hang out in graveyards. You have the ghost hunters, the paranormal people. Yes. You have, like, all sorts of things in the spooky community, but the one thing that we all come together on is that we love, like, spookiness and supporting each other, and I think it is such a cool thing.
I think you're so right. Respect too. I think that, like, at the end of the day, it's all respect. Yeah. Because you're talking about a lot of these people that share those things are also talking about very sensitive subjects, which means you have to respect who you're talking about. You also have to go to these places and honor who you're talking about. Right. Like, they could still have relatives, but even just that, like, it's like, I'm not going to say, like, inclusive, because it's not, but anyone that's ever felt like they're not welcome, come to us. Yeah. You're welcome. Come to us.
All right, so another topic that I know we wanted to touch on that is kind of an interesting one if you've been in the spooky community for years now is kind of watching the growth of Halloween that has happened over the years, and kind of just the whole monetization of Halloween as a whole. So I know for me, like, on my own Pumpkin and Gray YouTube channel, I do hunting for Halloween videos. They're my favorite ones to film. And this past year, I actually got to start hunting in May, which kind of blew my mind and really puts it into perspective, because growing up, you know, it was like end of September. And I found a lot of things this year.
It felt like it was right before Halloween. They threw everything on the shelf, right?
Right, like,
that's when you actually noticed it, though.
Yeah, I know. But it wasn't May. It's definitely gotten more commercialized and more monetized and just more popular, I guess, you know? And so I don't have any complaints, because I end up doing, like, hunting for Halloween videos for 6 months, from May through October, which is crazy. Oh, and I know we all want to be around it as much as possible, but I want to get your thoughts on that.
Lucky for you, I have a lot of thoughts on that. So let's begin at the... All right. I used to work in retail, and we had Halloween out literally end of July. Why? Because people are trying to buy it to decorate in September, in October. And so then we would have Christmas out in October, because people are trying to decorate for November and December. Because you know what? At the end of the day, people are going to decorate for what makes them happy. And if Halloween makes your ass happy, in July, August, September, decorate for it. That's my thought on it. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. There's a lot of accounts that do Halloween 365 days a year. Do it. Go shopping in May. Go shopping in June,
Yeah.
July, August. Show
Yeah.
everyone what you found. Don't gatekeep, because I don't like that stuff. Don't
No.
gatekeep. Show people. Let them also celebrate with you. And
Yeah.
just don't care. Like, if
Yeah.
you want a Halloween hunt right now, do it.
Yeah.
My thought process is this. I couldn't do that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't care. I honestly have never seen a problem with it, and I've honestly never seen a problem with people deciding it's a problem.
I know.
Because, like, you've got people shopping for summer clothes in January. You
Yeah.
go shopping for, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's always a season ahead.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned in retail is you're doing spring in February.
Yeah.
And to me, our Halloween starts end of July. And if it makes your heart happy, just do it. I don't
agree.
really
I
care.
agree. Yep.
However,
I
this
agree.
is where you run into a problem. You got creators online saying that people are just scouting for followers when they do Halloween hunting posts and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Guess what? I'm going to go to where you posted and I'm going to buy that. And that's how that works.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that. You saw the headless horse? I'm going to go there. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Or pillows, placemats. I don't care. Like, that's just my thing on it. And I don't understand.
I am. For the first time ever, when I posted Halloween content in May, it was the first time that I felt like that kickback from people. Because I was so excited, obviously. I'm like, oh my God, I can start in May.
You should be.
Yeah,
You love it. You should be excited.
And it was the first time that people were like, are you kidding? And I was like, listen, I'm here to make content, and it's what I live for. So I'm going to go to the stores every weekend.
So I'm going to do it.
I'm going to get it done. So that's my thoughts.
That's
what
the
about
only
you?
thing that should matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, that's the only thing that should matter. You got one life to live. Just do it.
I know.
I think that my only thing with it being more popular, because like I'm like you guys, I love being able to see Halloween
The
trickle
collectors.
in. It's it's the resellers that get me.
Yeah.
That like just like
The
especially
fist
I know
fights.
Bath and Body Works is the biggest one. There was a couple other this past year, but I know they're consistently like the biggest one because like people will buy up all the candle holders and like resell them, turn around and like mark up the price like 3 times. And that to me is so frustrating. And that goes for like any holiday, any kind of thing. But I think it just takes some of the fun out of it because then you have people like the 3 of us that are like genuinely excited to like go into a store and find the thing that they saw their friend post about on their stories 2 days prior, and you have no chance because somebody came in and bought the entire display at 8 a.m.
That's called gatekeeping. That's called gatekeeping and then selling. Yeah. And I have a word for that, but I'm on air, so I'm not going to say that.
She can't say that, or I will keep her out. But it's kind of like the witch hand, or everyone said the witch hand. It was actually the vampire hand at Bath and Body Works. Like we all saw that craze last year with like the busts of the vampires and then the hand. Like they were going.
I did get the hand.
I got the bust.
Don't even get me started on that hand. I literally got in a fight with Bath and Body Works over that.
See what I mean?
I happened to be on their website when they had just restocked it, and I ordered it, and I was so afraid it was going to come broken, but I've got it in the other room.
I remember watching your stories about it.
Oh, really? Because I did the same thing, and they messaged me, and they were like, oh, we're out of stock. And I literally said to them, I was like, then you shouldn't have it effing listed.
You know, that's what Cracker Barrel did to me with the stupid ghost.
The ghost,
the
that lantern was thing this year. Yes,
that ghost. Are you ready? Ready?
No, don't bring it in. Don't bring it in. She said, "Oh, you know that like really traumatized."
Amazon.
I remember you got it there. Yeah. But you know what?
Those are Amazon.
Those are perfect examples, though.
So the Cracker Barrel ghost is on Amazon, but it's shorter.
Yeah.
But it's still resin, but it's shorter.
My favorite thing is that the lantern's probably the same one for the big size. Not the small. It's so cute though. I love it. I think it's adorable, but like I think the lantern's the same size as the normal Cracker Barrel.
I know, like why didn't they make the lantern a little smaller?
It's
Imagine lugging that thing around if it was like life size, like
Right.
a 2-foot tall lantern.
Look how big the lantern is.
But it
So
worked.
like in the description on Amazon, it was like it goes, yes, full life size Cracker Barrel ghost resin. This ain't resin.
Resin.
Okay, side
Oh,
note.
sorry.
Side note for our listeners, we are called the Wine Coven Podcast for a reason. So if you haven't noticed, if you're over 21 and able to do so, indulge with us. But as these podcasts go on, they're going to change from the beginning to the end because we are, in fact, over 21
Yeah.
and we are drinking throughout it. So anyways, okay. But listen, I want to get back on topic real quick because that's my job in this podcast.
Oh, sorry.
And
Yeah.
I have
Yep.
one more question, and then we are going to wrap this one up. And then we will be back next Wednesday with another episode.
Jess is momming me.
Yeah.
It has to be done. I'm a Virgo. Okay. So, by the way, for the listeners, she asks me to mom her, so don't think she's being like, you love it. Okay. Okay. So I have another question to pose, and then we're going to wrap it up, and we'll be back next Wednesday. But I like this question. Okay. Since we're talking about like how the spooky life chose us, what is something that you would say, just like one thing that would be on your bucket list in the spooky world that you either want to go do or experience or like expand your knowledge on? What would you say would be something you want to accomplish in the spooky community?
Honestly, okay, well, I have like 2 answers to that, if that's okay.
Yeah, good.
Of course, go ahead.
So I think that the first part of my answer would be I would like to do more like ghost hunting. Like I want to do like more like paranormal type things to just like, I just want to be with my friends in a spooky place with like some like things like reading
Stay
books.
tuned.
Like
I live
Stay
30
tuned.
minutes from Bethany Insane Asylum. Sorry.
I don't know the terminology, but I think it would be fun. And then also I would like to go to more like filming locations for places of movies that I have like come to love, and like I just want to see those type of things. So yeah.
Wait, did you say that near you was the actual filming location for The Conjuring?
It's like 2.5 hours from me, but yeah, it's in North Carolina.
So the actual house that's in the movie, the one that's not the real one but depicted in the movie, is the one that's near you?
Yes.
That's awesome.
We would love
that.
And I think that would be so cool, like, especially, like, if the 3 of us could, like, start doing that and, like, vlogging and adding to, like, our YouTube
Can you rent
channel
it?
and, like, I think
Do you know if you can rent it or yet?
I haven't looked into it, like, at all.
that would be awesome.
But that is something that I can look into.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Bryn, you can't yawn on the podcast.
I'm sorry. Cut it out.
Oh my God, we're putting her to sleep.
We're leaving it in.
I guess I'm just gonna have to drink more.
So to be fair, I'm not on the East Coast yet, and so these girls stay up for me to get started. It's like it's 10 here right now, and it's midnight for them. Definitely, I have 2 as well. So the paranormal experiences I would love to do with you 2 in particular. We've already talked about a few things. Hopefully, we're doing here in the future. I want to have more of my own experiences, and then my second one, which isn't like spooky but Halloweeny. There is an Airbnb out in California. I think it's called Big Bear. Big Bear.
Oh, yeah.
California.
So we're going? Is that
it's like we're going?
Big Bear's
Okay,
we're
listen.
going. Okay.
It is
Good.
a full 80s and 90s horror themed Airbnb.
Bye. I'm in. Say less. I'm in.
I want to go.
I have to send you guys pictures. I'm talking, the bathroom is Goosebumps themed. And I mean, there's like a life-size Freddy, a life-size Michael, all the movies on VHS.
No, I'm there.
All the movies on VHS.
Girl.
The old couches, like the furniture's old. So you sit there and you put your VHS in. It's unreal. And it is so high on my bucket list as far as like Halloween things go.
And Big Bear is not that far from Los Angeles, and then they have like the Beetle Bar or whatever it's called.
Yes,
the Tim Burton themed bar in Los Angeles.
Yep.
So I think we could turn that into an entire spooky
We need a
little
California trip.
Cali trip.
It would be unreal. It's so cool.
What? Like, I'm still
I'm going to
on
text
that.
you
Like,
guys the link when we hang up from this. It's so cool. So
Okay.
good.
I need to go.
I'm
It's
sorry,
now
what?
on my
Like, I
list.
want to go so
I know.
Okay, no,
Unreal.
focus, Corinne, focus. All right. So, I guess what I want is just spooky babes, and I guess I got them. So I guess I asked, and I got what I wanted. And I got 2 women who want to go on adventures with me, non-judgmental, horror things, paranormal things. So, looks like I got everything I wanted.
Yeah, and this podcast too, you know,
Yeah.
like that's another goal. Like, I just want to see where this goes because I love you guys so much. So, all right, so we are going to wrap up. I'm so excited. The first episode of the Wine Coven Podcast here. We did it. So cheers to that, ladies. We did it.
Cheers.
Yeah, we should drink after cheers. Isn't it bad luck?
Yeah.
Okay,
we
so
haven't
thank
been
you first
drinking
of all.
for a minute.
Thank you so much for being here. I want to remind you quickly to subscribe. If you have not, it would mean the world to us. Seriously, please leave a comment down below and let us know what brought you into the spooky community, kind of like we described ours. We would love to read yours. We'll get back to you in the comments. And we're going to wrap up every episode with someone talking about next week's topic. And then we have something like funny to end all the episodes, either going to be like a random fact or a funny Halloween thing that Corinne is excited to get to. So anyways, we love you and thank you for being here. Sierra's going to touch on next week's topic. It'll be a new episode every Wednesday.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. If you've made it this far in the episode, I know we love to ramble.
You're the real
but
winners.
I love us for it. Seriously, I could talk to these girls all day long, and the fact that you guys stuck with us this far, thank you. So next week we will be talking about one of our all-time favorite topics is 90s Halloween. We are all 90s babies and obviously Halloween fanatics. So we are pumped to talk about all things 90s Halloween. And like, I don't want to talk too much because we're going to save it for that. But
yes,
I will throw it to you, Corinne, for your little...
what do you call witches that live together?
What?
I want to solve it.
Together.
Like, hold on.
What do you call witches? What do you call witches that
coven.
live together?
A coven.
Brewmates. Cheers, babes. Love you.
Cheers. Cheers,
Love
witches.
you guys, my brewmates. Cheers.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next Wednesday.
Bye, loves.